Champions rise after falling. LeBron praises Filipino tennis star Alexa in Heartfelt interview. There are moments in sports when silence speaks louder than cheers. It was one of those nights. In Tokyo, under the bright lights of Japan Women's Open, when the world saw Eala, a 20-year-old Filipina tennis prodigy, walking off the court in tears. Her loss had been brutal. 3 hours of relentless rallies, heartbreak points, and near misses. When match point ended, the stadium stood still. Eala leaned on, her racket, head bowed before offering. Her opponent a warm handshake, and a genuine smile that seemed to say, "I'll be back." That smile, tired, honest, yet unbroken, rippled across the internet. Clips of it reached millions of screens. Among those watching from halfway across the world in Los Angeles was none other than LeBron James, the man known for turning pain into power, the king and the rising star. The following morning, ESPN ran a headline that would spark worldwide attention. Basketball LeBron James moved by Alexa's humility after defeat. Champions rise after falling. The article quoted LeBron from an interview he gave during a Lakers practice session. "You know, I was watching this young Filipino tennis player, Eala. She lost a tough one. But man, the way she carried herself, that was championship level. People think winning makes you a champion, but nah, real champions rise after falling. That's what I saw in her." Those words, champions rise after falling, echoed across social media like a modern proverb. Filipino fans flooded LeBron's posts with gratitude. Sports outlets from Manila to Madrid picked up the quote. Alex herself saw it on her phone while sitting quietly in the locker room. Her eyes widened. "LeBron James," she whispered, almost disbelieving the weight of expectations. For Alex, the journey to this moment had been a tapestry woven with sacrifice, ambition, and isolation. At 13, she left her home in Manila, moving to Spain to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy, a place where raw talent was sharpened by relentless discipline. Every day began before dawn. Every night ended in exhaustion, but she thrived, fueled by dreams of one day hoisting a Grand Slam trophy and hearing Lupang Hainong play on the world's biggest stage. Yet the higher she climbed, the heavier the expectations became. The Philippines watch her every match, every post, every emotion. After her Tokyo loss, she felt that weight pressing down harder than ever. "Maybe I disappointed them," she confessed quietly to her coach. But fate was already writing another scene for her, one that will remind her that greatness isn't measured in trophies alone. The interview that broke the internet. 2 days later, during a post-game interview, after the Lakers' preseason win, a reporter asked LeBron about motivation and handling defeat. Instead of talking about basketball, he leaned forward and said, "There's this girl, Alex. She's a tennis player from the Philippines. I watched her match the other night. She didn't win, but she showed more fight in losing than some people do in victory." He paused, his tone softening. "That's what makes a champion. Falling, standing, up, and walking forward like nothing can break your spirit. That's the mindset I tell my kids. That's what I saw in her." The clip went viral within hours. Hashtag Champions Rise After Falling began trending worldwide. Celebrities, athletes, and even teachers began sharing LeBron's words alongside Ella's. Picture: the next morning, Alex woke up to over 2 million new followers on Instagram and a flood of messages from around the globe. "You made us believe. Again, LeBron's right. Your grace is gold. You're proof that champions come in all sizes and colors." A letter from the king, A week later, a sleek black envelope arrived at the Rafa Nadal Academy with her name handwritten in bold letters for Alex. Inside was a letter. Simple, honest, powerful. Hey, Alex, I saw your match. You lost. Yeah, but what I saw was bigger than tennis. You stood tall. You smiled through it. That strength most people can't teach. When I was your age, I lost games that broke me, but I learned that every fall is a setup for a comeback. Keep rising. Queen, you already got the heart of a champion. LeBron James. Attached was a signed purple and gold jersey with one short message on the back. Rising never ends. The girl who made the world. Listen, news of the letter leaked the media, not because Alex posted it, but because one of her fellow players saw her wearing the jersey during practice. When asked about it later, Alex shyly admitted it's not about the letter. It's about what it means. That even if you fail, someone out there believes it can still rise. Soon, talk shows across the Philippines play clips of LeBron's interview and her quiet response on Twitter. One fan wrote, "A legend. Recognize a dreamer." That's how inspiration multiplies. Even LeBron's own teammates joined in. Anthony Davis said in a press conference, "Barron's been quoting her a lot lately. I think he sees himself in her story, the grind, the grace, the fire rekindled, inspired, and recharged." Alex returned to court with a renewed sense of purpose. Her next tournament was in Singapore. This time there was something different in her eyes, a calm fire. She moved with precision, hit with conviction, and smiled after every rally. Beyond the court, months later, Eala's career surged. She cracked the top 50 in the WTA rankings, becoming the first Filipino to do so. Her name appeared in Nike campaigns beside global icons. But she never forgot that Tokyo night. In an interview with CNN, she reflected that defeat was my greatest win because it brought me the lesson that champions are built in losses. LeBron taught me that strength isn't about power, it's about peace. When the interviewer asked what she'd tell younger athletes struggling with failure, she replied softly, "Fall, cry, break, but don't stay there. Rise, because your next chapter might just inspire someone like LeBron." The legacy of a line by the end of 2026. Champions rise after falling became more than a quote. It became a movement. The phrase was printed on murals in Manila, on sneakers in Los Angeles, and even on banners at junior tennis tournaments across Asia and somewhere in the middle. Of all that, two stories on a global basketball legend and another of a rising tennis star intertwined in history. LeBron later summarized it best during a Sports Illustrated feature. "When I said those words, I wasn't talking to her. I was talking through her to every young dreamer out there who thinks failure means the end. Nah, it means a beginning." Epilogue, the infinite rise. Years later, Alex Eala walked into the Philippine Sports Hall of Fame to see a mural of her moment with LeBron, her holding a racket, him offering a fist bump. Below it, engraved in gold were the words, "Champions rise." After falling, LeBron James. She smiled because those words no longer belong to LeBron. They belong to every athlete, every dreamer, every heart that dared to keep beating after breaking. She whispered to herself as she gazed at the mural, "We all rise in our own time." And somewhere in Los Angeles, LeBron, older now, retired but still the king, saw a clip of her winning another title and tweeted simply, "Crowned she kept rising proud." Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next